Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. This one's going out to our buddy Condor Calabasas, who asks, how is my hair always so perfect? I guess he's picking up on that Q&A thing we offered yesterday. It's not perfect. I need a haircut right now, but grow it long in the front. You can do all kinds of crazy things with it. This rundown is dedicated to you. After years of financial turmoil, it looks like things are finally starting to turn around for Nintendo. According to the market research company, the NPD Group, Nintendo had the biggest hardware and software sales in July, beating out all the other game makers. The 3DS was the best-selling platform, and the best-selling game was the 3DS exclusive Monster Hunter Generations. Recent 3DS price cuts and other new games also helped drive sales, and this is exactly what Nintendo needs after the financial failure of the Wii U. There may be a more unusual reason why sales have improved, though. In a press release, Nintendo specifically points out that the explosive success of the mobile game Pokémon Go has created a huge number of new Pokémon fans, which has directly improved sales of Pokémon games on the 3DS. The fact that a mobile title, which Nintendo didn't even make, has helped drive sales of traditional Nintendo games and systems is a very interesting development, and it will only increase Nintendo's desire to keep making games of their own for iOS and Android devices. It also makes it that much more likely that their upcoming console, codenamed the NX, will have some kind of handheld and mobile integration, which seems like it would be a big hit. The NX launches early next year. If you think catching Pokemon on your phone makes you an expert, take a look at these people. The annual Pokémon World Championships kick off today in San Francisco. The best players from 35 different countries will compete in 3 different games, Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the fighting game Pokken Tournament, and the old-school Pokémon tabletop card game. This is the first time Pokken Tournament will be featured in the championships, so expect things to get intense. Unfortunately, Pokémon Go won't be featured in the competition, although it's safe to say that pretty much everyone in the audience will be playing it. Follow the link below this video to watch the Pokémon World Championships live on Twitch. And the makers of Pokémon have an all-new game for players to catch. Pokémon developer Game Freak has released an original game called Giga Wrecker via Steam Early Access. Don't expect to catch any pocket monsters in this one. It's a stylish 2D puzzle platformer with a unique mechanic. Players have the ability to turn the debris around them into different weapons and objects in order to solve puzzles. This isn't the first non-Pokémon title that Game Freak has released through Steam Early Access. Last year, they released another platformer called Tembo the Badass Elephant, which had a similar visual style. That game eventually found its way to the PS4 and Xbox One, and hopefully Giga Wrecker will do the same. Here's a game delay that might hit a little below the belt. Toronto-based developer Capybara Games has pushed back their latest project Below. It was slated to land on the Xbox One and PC before the end of the summer, but now, writing on their official blog, the team says the game just isn't ready yet. Although we try not to be disappointed by this kind of delay, the thing that makes this one a little more ominous is that Capybara Games hasn't named a new release window. This is intentional on their part. They say they'll be going dark for a while in order to take the time they need to finish the game without compromise. So we may not be seeing them or it for a while. Below is a top-down open-world adventure, and like Capybara's previous games, Super Time Force and Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP uses a retro 8-bit art style. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long to start playing. It looks like with movies and television, vampires never get old and never die. Deadline reports that the CW is working on a TV series based on the iconic 1987 vampire movie The Lost Boys. The original film starred 80s heartthrobs Jason Patric, Kiefer Sutherland, Corey Haim, and Corey Feldman, and focused on a group of vampires secretly living in California. It's notable for being one of the first films to kick off the modern vampire craze, leading to more recent films like Twilight, but we'll try not to hold that against it. The new TV series is expected to go in a slightly different direction. Deadline claims that it will be sort of like an anthology series with the same group of young immortal vampires living in the shadows across multiple decades. Veronica Mars and iZombie creator Rob Thomas is overseeing the show, so hopefully it doesn't suck. That was a vampire pun.
Are you guys sniffing on newsprint or something?
Disney wants to make you feel like you're wielding a real-life lightsaber. Pretty much everyone who's seen the Star Wars movies has pretended to swing a lightsaber around at some point, but now you might get to do it for real, sort of. With special Star Wars themed lands coming to Disneyland and Disney World in the next few years, Disney has patented a new system that will make attendees feel as though they're using real-life versions of the elegant Jedi weapon. It gets a little complicated, but basically Disney plans to fill a theater with fake smoke and then let audiences use glowing LED lightsabers to deflect fake laser bolts fired by aerial drones. The drones will just be shooting little beams of light, but since the light will be moving through the fake smoke, they'll look like Star Wars-style laser beams. Sensors on the drones will then know if audiences have successfully deflected the beams with their lightsabers. Since we've all wanted to use a lightsaber, this kind of attraction seems like a surefire way to get people to come to the new Star Wars lands. They're currently under construction and they can't be built fast enough. And before we go, if you're looking for something new to play this weekend, Titanfall 2 has begun its first multiplayer beta or tech test. It's available to everyone on the Xbox One and PS4, making this the first time PS4 owners will be able to jump into a Titanfall game. We'll try to stream some of it, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And don't forget that a second tech test will be happening next weekend. The final version of Titanfall 2 drops on the Xbox One, PS4, and PC on October 28th. And that wraps us up for today. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you again with a brand new rundown on Monday. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.